Meditation on death awareness is one of the oldest practices in most ancient traditions. Freshening your mind with the thought of death might sound like a gloomy way to spend your time. And that's because our culture does not encourage us to face death while we are still very much alive. However, coming to terms with death is essential to living your life fully. Those who are totally aware of how short their life is and who can feel the importance of that fact in their bones live a completely different kind of life than the ones who drift along, never bothering to let the thought sink in that in a relatively short time they'll be gone. By remaining mindful from time to time of the potential of death at any moment, it will help you recenter yourself by deepening the appreciation and gratitude for the precious human life. It will also cultivate a sense of urgency to practice and focus on what matters most. In Japan, the samurai is likened to the delicate cherry blossom which doesn't last long in the wind that blows it from the tree. One moment it is there, and the next it's gone. The same is true of the samurai, and you and me. Every warrior chooses to die hard. If you're one, you're no fool. You know death is going to get you, but it's going to have a battle on its hands. While alive, you're going to live, and without wasting very much of your time on being depressed, worried, afraid, or putting things off for a tomorrow that might not come. When you live with the full knowledge that death is on your trail and gaining ground, you feel a surge of energy, a sudden spark of vitality. When you live in the samurai style as if you were already dead, you operate even more vitally. You acquire extraordinary courage and decisiveness. You're not timid anymore, not about anything, any task, any opponent. You reach a state known as beyond life and death, where even the knowledge of your death doesn't frighten you anymore. All that matters now is making use of the power you suddenly feel inside to accomplish what you wish to and need to. With this thought in mind, today, we want to share some lessons from Hagakure, the Book of the Samurai, regarding of turning the practice of death meditation into inner strength.
Rehearse your death every morning and night. Only when you constantly live as though already a corpse will you be able to find freedom in the martial way and fulfill your duties without fault throughout your life. With regards to the way of death, if you are prepared to die at any time, you will be able to meet your release from life with equanimity, as calamities are usually not as bad as anticipated beforehand. It is foolhardy to feel anxiety about tribulations not yet endured. Just accept that the worst possible fate for a man in service is to become a Ronin, or death by seppuku. Then nothing will faze you. Meditation on inevitable death should be performed daily. Every day when one's body and mind are at peace, one should meditate upon being ripped apart by arrows, rifles, spears, and swords, being carried away by surging waves, being thrown into the midst of a great fire, being struck by lightning, being shaken to death by a great earthquake, falling from 1,000-foot cliffs, and every day without fail one should consider himself as dead. If a warrior is not unattached to life and death, he will be of no use whatsoever. The saying that all abilities come from one mind sounds as though it has to do with sentient matters, but it is in fact a matter of being unattached to life and death. With such non-attachment one can accomplish any feat. This is the substance of the way of the samurai. If by setting one's heart right every morning and evening, one is able to live as though his body were already dead, he gains freedom in the way. His whole life will be without blame, and he will succeed in his calling. Adherents of Bushido should seek to nurture an indomitable fighting spirit free from concerns of life and death.